Welcome to the course Introduction to R Programming. In this lecture, we will discuss about statistical functions. Here, graphics and plots are covered. In addition to our previous lecture, we discussed about statistical functions, descriptive statistics, then absolute and relative frequencies for the given data with our own data, how to calculate the absolute and relative frequencies. And in the earlier lecture, we already mentioned various graphical tools as part of plots. So here we will see one by one with demonstrations. First we will see again review the graphical tools. Then here majorly we will discuss about bar plots, then pie diagram, histogram. These are the major tools we are going to cover here. Then you can recall the graphical tools what we mentioned in the earlier lecture. Various plots are there. We have 2D and 3D plots, scatter diagram, pie diagram, histogram, bar plot, stem and leaf plot, box plot, etc. Now here we'll discuss about bar plot, pie diagram and histogram in this lecture. Then coming to bar plots. So what is the purpose of bar plot? How this can be used in our software? So visualize the relative or absolute frequencies of observed values of a variable. Again, in all graphical tools, we will use the basic functions, absolute and relative frequencies, where we covered in the earlier lecture. That's why those two functions are very, very important, relative and absolute frequencies. Here also to visualize the relative or absolute frequencies of observed values of a particular variable. For that, bar plots are used. It consists of one bar for each category. The height of each bar is determined by either the absolute frequency or the relative frequency of the respective category and is shown on the y-axis. So the height of the bar is shown on the y-axis, which can be determined by using either absolute frequency or relative frequency. So this is about bar plots. Then the syntax used in our software. Simply you can use bar plot within parentheses the data x comma, then you can mention width by default width equal to 1 comma space equal to null, etc. So here this can be obtained by using absolute and relative frequencies. For absolute frequency, simply you can use table of x. So bar plot of table of x. Whereas relative frequency, you can use bar plot of table of x by length of x. Same formulas, but we can prefix with bar plot. So then those graphical charts will be displayed. Now, if you want help about bar plot, you can type help within parentheses with double quotes bar plot. Like any graphical tool, if you want help, use the help command within quotes within parentheses. You can mention the name of the graphic tool. So the bar plot, all parameters usages are included here: height, width, space, names.argument, legend.text, beside, horizontal, density, angle, column, border, etc. You can see all the parameters full-fledged. Details are given here. Now we will see the examples also. So whenever you can type help command, here it displays about this, creates a bar plot with vertical or horizontal bars. Then consider the same example in our earlier lecture, whatever we considered, that is male female category of 10%. So same database we are considering here. So in the tabular format, in the order, we have coded male as 1, female as 2. This is the data we have taken. So now create the vector gender with all these 10 observations. Then whenever you can call the vector gender, it displays 10 observations. Then this command, help command, you can type like this, help of within parentheses with double quotes bar plot. The previous screenshot, whatever we see, that will be displayed. So then after creating the gender vector, you can call it. Then using absolute and relative frequencies, you can generate the bar plot. So now here first, simply I am using directly for the observations, bar plot of gender without using absolute and relative frequency. So whenever you can execute this command, bar plot of gender, a bar chart is created with all these values. Now you can see. So this is the bar plot of the variable gender. So y-axis, the values are distributed here. So by default 0, 0 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2 like this. So each bar represents the category. We have 10 categories, 10 observations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like this. So here some values are repeated twice. So here 2 is repeated, 4 is repeated, 8 is repeated with equal 2 times. Here you can see the marked area. So its height is different, equal height with 2. The frequency as 2. So remaining repeated only once. So its frequency is 1, all at level 1. So this is the bar plot. So we'll also demonstrate this one. First we can recall the gender vector. So call R software. So we can create a gender vector. So earlier we have done, that will be available. If you didn't close it to the R console, it will be available. Now you can see gender. So now call that vector gender. Now simply here we are creating bar plot of gender. Now you can see this is the bar plot generated, which is the gender. Here y-axis it takes the distribution values. By default it takes 0 0.51, 1.52. We have 10 observations. For each observation means each category one bar is created. So 10 bars are created. So the bars are numbered with 1 to 10 on x-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on 10. So one frequency is only 1, so one time. Then bar 2, I mean category 2, 1, so 2 is repeated how many times? 1, 2, 3. Next one is repeated 7 times, but it takes individually. So the frequency value 2, whichever having, second one we have frequency 2, then 3, fourth one we have frequency 2, then eighth one we have frequency 2. So with that frequency the bars are created. Remaining 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 frequencies are 1. So they are at equal levels. So without using absolute and relative frequency, by default creating the bar plot of the variable gender. So then using absolute and relative frequencies. So absolute frequency means categorize total number of observations. For that use table of gender. So gender, category 1 7 observations, category 2 3 observations. For this now create the bar plot. Here you can see bar plot of table of gender. This is the output we will get here. So category 1 we have 7 observations. For all 7 observations one single bar is created. Category 2 we have 3 observations. Here value is 3. So single bar is created for all the equal observations. This is using absolute frequency. So now we will also create first absolute frequency table of gender, again you can recall. This is the absolute frequency. So now using bar plot, inside the bar plot function, use table of gender, that is absolute frequency. Now you can see these the bar plot generated for the absolute frequency values. We have two categories. One is male category, another one female category. Male category numbered as 1, female category numbered as 2. Male category total number of observations here 7. Here you can see in the table. So this 7 range the bar is created. Then category 2, here you can see we have 3 observations. So category 2 3, the value matching in the y-axis, so 3. Like that it will be created. Similarly, by using relative frequency also, so can create length of gender. Now the relative frequency, how to calculate? Table of gender divided by length of gender. This is relative frequency. Now create bar plot for the relative frequency. Here you can use bar plot of, then end the braces. Now you can see the difference you can observe here. Here now the range values are category 1 we have 0.7. Now you can see the 0.7 value. Category 2 we have 0.3, so 30%. 70% of category 1, 30% of category 2. This is the relative frequency. Previous one is absolute frequency. This is the bar plot for default. Then by using absolute frequency and relative frequency, see the bar plots what we have seen. This is the bar plot for table of gender by length of gender. This is another example. Then coming to our second example, like earlier we have seen age group details, COVID related data. Then we have calculated absolute and relative frequencies of this data. Same, we can create a bar plot for this data set also. So this data set we already reviewed what it contains. 3 variables are there: age group, total cases, and percentage. It captures the information about the 3 variables. First you can set the path where the data is located. Then you can move the data into one new vector, name it as COVID, or you can give any of your own name. Then total cases, create one vector. Then calculate its absolute frequency, table of total cases. Then relative frequency, table of total cases by length of total cases. Then create the bar plot of the total cases. Then bar plot of table of total cases. This is the output we will get based on the cases. Category wise one bar is created based on its repetition count. So one time all will be at level 1 and 2 times will be at level 2. Now this is using relative frequency, bar plot of table of total cases by length of total cases. The relative frequency, you can see the values are distributed into percentages: 0, 0 0.05, 0 0.10, like that. Now we will also demonstrate the second example. So call that COVID data set, that is total cases. So whenever you are opening first time the R software, you can set the path where the data is available. Now I'm using the existing one, total cases. So you can call the vector. You can see, you will get. By default, you can use, without using absolute or relative frequencies, you can create a bar with default values. You can see bar plot of total cases. Here you can see. Here the highest value, the range you can see. Here we have 172. So above 150 also the bar is created. For whatever the values, each value one bar is created. Then you can find the absolute frequency table of total cases. Then for this generate the bar. So bar plot of table of total cases. Now you can see here. Here you can see the bar. This is absolute frequency. This is the corresponding bar. You can see x-axis. All the values are labeled 10, 22, 27 up to 172 are labeled. Then the frequency distribution on y-axis 0, 0.51, 1.5, 2. Then similarly using relative frequency, table of total cases divided by length of total cases table of total cases by length of total cases. Here you can observe the difference between previous one and this one. Here 0 0.00, 0 0.05, 0 0.10, 0 0.15, 0 0.20. The distribution probabilities percentage are varies previous to this one. If you want, you can recall again. Here you can see. Here you can see 0.0. After decimal, you have see only one value. 0 0.0, 0 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0. Whereas here you can see the distribution done in micro level. So 0.00 after decimal 2 digits. 0.00, 0.05, 0.10. So observe the difference. Absolute frequency and relative frequencies. So even this chart you can save into file. So copy it as meta file, bitmap file, meta file, postscript. Directly also you can take printout all the graphical outputs in our software. That provision is there. So that is about bar plot. Then we will move to next one, pie diagram, second graphical tool. So pie charts visualize the absolute and relative frequencies. Here also same. So both bar plot and pie diagram, even other graphical tools also takes the absolute and relative frequencies only. So a pie chart is a circle partition into segments where each of the segment represents the category. But here bar plot represents like charts, bars, whereas pie chart circle partition, circle with splitting of the data related to each category. Here the size of each segment depends upon the relative frequency. The size of each segment depends upon the relative frequency and is determined by the angle frequency into 360 degrees by taking the total angle that can be multiplied with the frequency. Based on that, partition can be done. So the syntax for this pie diagram is PIE pie within parentheses x the data vector or variable, comma labels equal to, you can provide even your own labels, names of x and so on, other possibilities. So we'll use the default gender data what we used to in our previous bar plot example. So gender equal to C of, take the same data, then simply you can use pi of gender. Now you can see this is the pie chart output. For each category, the circle is segmented into absolute frequency values based on. That means for each category, total number of observations. This is the pie chart. So without using absolute relative frequency directly by default, now we will also recall the gender data. You can recall gender. This is the gender data. So now using PIE of gender, simply this can be divided into circle with partitions. The partitions based on the absolute frequency values. We have 10 observations, so 10 partitions are there in the form of circle. Now we will see other demonstrations. Then using absolute frequency, so table of gender. Now we will also use, so pi of table of gender. This is absolute frequency. Pie chart for the absolute frequency of the gender. We have two categories, category 1, category 2. So category 1 we have 7 observations, category 2 we have 3 observations. It is distinguished with different colors, white and blue color. So white having highest space, blue having least space, 7, 3%. Then take another example, the total cases, the COVID data. Here also you can create a pie chart for this. Here we have again 10 observations with the range. The pie chart is created. Then using absolute frequency of the COVID data, see pi of table of total cases. Now we will also demonstrate this one. So take the COVID data total cases. Yeah, this is the total cases. So create the pie chart for this by default without using absolute frequency. So this is the pie chart for this COVID data, total cases, age group details. Then so take the absolute frequency. So you can take a table of total cases. Here you will get the absolute frequency. For this, draw the pie chart. Here you can see that. Now previously by default, and this one you can see here it takes the observations as the headings 10, 22, 27, etc. You can see. Then the previous one, here you can observe the difference. Pie chart of total cases. Pie of total cases. Yes. Here you can see pi of total cases. Now you can see the values are numbered with 1 to 10. The observations in the serial number order 1 to 10. So whenever you are using absolute frequency, the table headings will be taken. Now you can see pi of table of total cases. Here you can see the table headings 10, 22 will be taken as the values of the partitions. That's the difference between default and absolute frequency values. So that is about pie chart. Then coming to next graphical tool, histogram. So histogram is somewhat similar to bar plot, but both are different. Histogram is based on the idea to categorize the data into different groups. and plot the bars for each category with height by taking height. So the area of the bar can be calculated as height into width. For every bar area, height into width, which is proportional to the relative frequency here. So the widths of the bars need not necessarily to be the same. This is about histogram. The syntax for creation of histogram, simply you can use HIST. So by default, whenever you can use HIST of the variable name, which shows absolute frequency. Whereas by specifying frequency equal to F, which shows relative frequency. Or you can make frequency equal to true, which shows again absolute frequencies. Whenever frequency equal to false, which shows relative frequencies. Then if you want help about histogram, help within parentheses, within double quote, type HIST for more details. Now call the gender data as usual. Then use HIST of gender default without absolute and relative frequency default values. Now you can see the histogram. So x-axis it takes gender, y-axis it takes the frequency. So gender, the category is what we have 1 and 2 category. So based on that, one category repeats 7 times, second category repeats 3 times. So in between the range, automatically it distributes. Now we will also execute this one. First call the gender data. This is the gender. Now apply HIST of gender. You can see. Now you can see the difference between bar plot and histogram. Bar plot, for each category, one bar is created. Whereas histogram, the entire data can be divided into category wise. Group 1, group 2. Group 1 is male, group 2 is female. So in between the ranges, automatically it splits based on that values. That is the difference between histogram and bar plot. Now by using absolute frequency, here you can see the difference. Absolute frequency, it takes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 table gender. Then frequency values 0, 0.2, etc. So x-axis previously default values are different. Now absolute values are different. We have the categories 7 and 10. Based on that, it divides. Now we'll also execute this one. List of table of gender. Here you can see. This histogram. Here heading also came. Histogram of table of gender. X-axis named with the same table of gender. Then if you want relative frequency, what we mentioned, so here frequency equal to false, frequency equal to false. Now see the difference, 0.001 after decimal 2 digits, frequency equal to false. Then frequency equal to true, again it displays same as previous one. The same. So by default, without giving true, it displays with the absolute frequency. If you want a relative frequency, you can give frequency as false. This is relative frequency. After decimal, you can see 2 digits are there. That is the difference. Similarly, take the COVID data. For this also, you can demonstrate. So the total cases. First call that vector, the total cases. total cases. So first to create the histogram, histogram with default vector total cases. Now you can see. Then with absolute frequency, use table of total cases. See the difference. This is the absolute frequency headings. You can see histogram of table total cases. Axis is also labeled. Then relative frequency you want. Here you can use frequency equal to false. Now see the difference. Previous to this one. So like that we will generate histogram for our own data set also. Yeah, this is based on absolute frequency. This is relative frequency. Whenever you can make frequency as false by default. By using true, again we will get the default. Here you can observe the difference with the frequency equal to false. Here see the density values in the y-axis 0.00, 0.002, etc. X-axis total cases. When frequency equal to true, you can see it takes frequency only. In y-axis, it takes frequency 0, 1, 2, and so on. If frequency equal to false, it takes relative frequency, that is density value. See the difference between these two histograms with F with true and false. Okay, that's all about the graphics and plots what we discussed. Bar plot, then pie diagram, histogram. These are the measures we discussed here. Then coming to conclusion, we have discussed bar plots, pie chart, and histogram, and we have restricted our discussion to an elementary level. Now there are different types of options. For example, if you want to change the color in your pie chart, or if you want to make a particular type of label, or you want to give a name to a different categories, simply in say histogram or in bar plot, you want to write something on the x-axis and something on the y-axis as per your requirement. These things can also be done, and these are very simple things. You simply have to go to the entire command of say like bar plot, pie, or say histogram, and then you have to simply give this option inside the argument, and you have to give the required values over there, and you will get the graphics in the way you want. Like that we have to practice. So we stop here, and in the next lecture we will come up with some more details on statistical functions. Till then, goodbye, happy learning.